I think the volume is good. You guys can probably hear me. Okay. Let me see. Wait. 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 Okay, I need to see song versus my voice. Blah, blah. Okay. Okay. It's fairly good. It's fairly fine. Maybe if I manage to get... Okay. Got the song to be a little bit more silent. Alright, then I want to see... What is it that I want to see? Activity feed? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, that is a good setup. I can see my stream preview and the chat. Okay, so I got some improvements, guys. I was absolutely destroyed last stream, alright? Very, very tired. And I thought I would be like this today as well. But an extended nap proved quite refreshing, right? At least with my very tired last stream, I managed to figure something out. The color range I was telling Twitch to use was really improper. It was getting washed here and on YouTube even more. And changing the color space thingy really helped. The colors don't look as washed anymore. I don't think they do look washed as... like in any way. I think they're just... like what you see is kind of what I see at this point, which is pretty good. It's exactly what I want to happen. So another thing that I improved is the thing for switching screens. It was quite annoying because basically before I had a rule like, so I have the stream browser, right? So I'll open the stream browser. Here it is. So it would be like, okay, let me focus the stream browser because it is opened, right? And as soon as the browser stops being the focused window, it just explodes, you know? Like it hides it. But like if I press Alt Tab and I don't tab to any other tab, it hides it too. And if I open a program for which there is no window and you guys cannot see, such as my secondary monitor's browser where I have this the Twitch stream manager, it would hide the browser as well, which is quite annoying. So what I did now is it only kind of thinks about the windows that you guys can see, namely the editor, the browser, which you guys are currently seeing, and my Obsidian, which I'm going to switch to right now. And only when one of those becomes active does it switch to that screen, right? To displaying that by hiding the other things. So that's way better. So as you guys can see right now, I am on my Obsidian and I will Alt Tab and you can see nothing happens. And if I just put the focus back on Obsidian, nothing still happens. And if I put my editor, the focus on my editor right now, as you can see, Obsidian hides itself and you can see my editor. So those things are done automatically. And this is all using advanced scene switcher. Okay? So that should be way better of a stream experience. And even for the recorded videos. I did not post the last stream on my YouTube channel because I was absolutely cooked. It was barely even existing, so I decided not to. Alright? So, let me tell you guys what I've been up to with the static block builder. I am right now I made some changes to my NeoVim config, so maybe you see things be a little bit different. And I want to do something One thing that's different is I do not cap my lines to 80 columns anymore. And in fact, I should be doing so by capping it to 120. And that's what I would do. I'll do 120 and I will set this to... Should the line be 120 big? Or it's like this? Oh, I can just do vim.o.text width +1. I don't know why I never thought of that. I think that's it. But I'll do. I will allow text to go up to 120 characters. So now we should see, like, if I open a buffer, right? We see that. Just an indicator like, hey, your code is getting too long. Anyway, that's done. Let's edit main. Source/main. There we go. Here we are. So I need to format these things later. In any case, I was writing the build directory thing, which is right here. And I was in the middle of... Oh, yes. I was writing... The last thing I was doing, not on the stream, by the way. I worked on it a little bit out of the stream because I needed to relax, so I went to do something like that. And I was writing the parse thingy. It's the parse... What is it? Not you. Oh, it's below this guy. So here, parse page. So this is supposed to parse a page. And it has a few functions within it. So, let me just give you guys some considerations, okay? Do you have test.pspb here? We do. So this is how the thing is basically going to look like. So what I'm doing currently is I have this thing here. This thing here is supposed to be looping over lines, right? This is like the line loop, if you want to see it this way, right? This is the line loop. And for every line, what I'll do is I have this colon found thing, which tells me if I found a colon, and that indicates basically if I found a setting. So maybe that's what I should call it. Yeah. The setting name, the setting value. And if I found a colon, then I do this thing where I set the value. I think this is not so useful. I think I'll just delete this. Because like when I find a colon, I'm just going to do it myself in there. Well, I mean, I was already doing it myself, but it's like instead of delegating it to be executed by the deferred block, I would rather just like, oh, I found a colon. Let me get the name and the value and set it in the settings and proceed, you know? Okay, so what do I do? First thing I do is I run this skip space. So this is going to skip white space, okay? Why do I do this? Because every line is basically going to look like... So this is the start of the line and this is the end of the line, okay? A line which has a definition could look like this. I will kind of maximize for spaces here. A bunch of spaces, some name, even more spaces, and a bunch of words, and then maybe more spaces, and a colon, and more spaces, and a word, and another, and more spaces again, right? So this could happen. The other thing that can happen is this. No content, maybe just white space, just like this. Okay, so this is, let me say, before skip space. Okay, let me copy those and say after skip space, what we'll do is this. Okay, so I can immediately identify lines which are just absolutely empty, because after I skip white space on them, I'm going to find a new line. So that's what I do. I skip space and I capture the next character, and if it is a new line, I skip the new line and continue, because that's what I want to do with lines which are completely empty. I don't even want to see anything else on them. And so this continue here is going to continue this for loop right here, okay? Okay, so after that, I keep parsing char by char. Basically, if I find a backslash, I add +1. Then I see however big the next character is and add that as well. Right, so I'll just skip the next character. Just a reminder, if there is no next character, this thing will basically return invalid rune and 0. So that's okay. Then if I find a hashtag, that's a problem. And why is it a problem? Because as some of you may know, I do allow for comments like this one or like this one. Oh, that's true. I don't think I have considered this, did I? We'll see. So pretend like this top case here doesn't exist. Let's look at this one exclusively. The thing is that if I find that if I reach this, okay, I'm trying to find a way to explain this which is not confusing. So I am looking for a colon, right? Because the colon, an unescaped colon, is going to an unescaped colon is going to mean that that's where the name of the setting ends and the contents of it start, right? And when I do find a colon, then I will immediately go and try to find where the content ends. So the content can end in one of two places. Either by finding a new line or by finding a hashtag, which means everything up to the end of the line is not going to belong to the content. So that's a context in which a hashtag is fine, right? So if I find a hashtag, my idea was if I find a hashtag before I find a colon, it must mean that something like this happened. Look. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And this is invalid because it would mean you have a line essentially like this. And I could just ignore it. It would in fact be easier to code this way, right? Just, okay, let's not handle this case. But also that's fucking stupid. I mean, I kind of exaggerated a bit, but it's like, this is most likely and very, very likely a mistake on the part of whoever wrote the thing, right? It's like, oh wait, I didn't mean to not write this. Maybe I deleted something I shouldn't, or I started writing something that should be a comment. I don't know. So I want to report this as an error. So that's why I'm doing that. Now, it has come to my attention that there's this case where I have a line that only has white space possibly and a comment. And I already know how I'm going to solve it. I'll keep this thing. But basically, following this like example that I gave, imagine that this thing has a thing like... Sorry, guys. How do you type this? Okay. Like white space hashtag my cool comment and stuff. Okay. So when I skip its white space, this is what's going to happen. The first character of the line is going to be a hashtag, you know? So in that case, I can do okay. I think I'm going to check for hashtag before I check for new line, because checking for hashtag is cheaper. It doesn't have to go through a jump table, which I think is going to bid on. I'm not even sure. Recently, I asked this in Fioramon's stream, right? Because Fioramon wrote, as far as I understand, he wrote most of the UTF-8 things and Unicode stuff. And you know, I had forgotten we had such a thing, so I went and started writing my own, which is, you know, not exactly super difficult. There's way more things which are way harder, right? But my kind of instinctive way of building the thing was using switch statements with ranges and stuff, right? And when you do something like this, there's a very heavy tendency, especially if you use like literal numbers, that it's going to be made into a jump table. And upon verification, I noticed that really is what is going on in most of the cases. I didn't test all of them, so I am unsure about some of them. And that's basically how things went. I can even show you guys. So something that is in this project, which is also in my Cuddle parser thing that I was writing, is things like this, right? As you can see, these are things that are considered new lines by Unicode, right? So the way I build them is like I get a rune value, and then I test it against a table, right? Which is built using these very useful Odin ranges. And then if it matches these things, I return true. Otherwise, I return false. It's quite simple. And you can see above this function, the isSpace procedure is written in a very similar fashion. And I asked Fioramund, like, hey, you did something different. So if you go and read the Unicode thing, by the way, I forgot to have this thing. If you go and read Fioramund's thing, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to search for Unicode /tables. Okay, does back. I need to see if I can change it in some way. I don't want this / bullshit. Okay, so this is a very common way of doing things that you will find here in the Unicode package. For instance, you have this space ranges, yes? And this Unicode spaces. I'm not sure what this means. I am really not sure. Anyway, so you have these ranges, which are basically like, hey, it's something that starts here and ends here. As I understand it, these are inclusive, right? Like it starts here and ends here and capture everything in between and the start and the end. And so we have these ranges. So the way you test, and you see this everywhere, right? You have like a bunch of RO data things like this, arrays like this of runes. It says I32 here, which is essentially the underlying type for a rune, in case you guys don't know. And later on, to test for, I don't know what the word is, but basically to test whether a character belongs to this type of character and stuff or not, a binary search is used, which makes absolute sense. This is an ordered list. It's probably the generally the fastest, most efficient searching algorithm for something which is sorted in this manner. Of course, with a few adjustments to use the ranges rather than like individual values. Let me see letter. Okay, so as you can see, it has this binary search thing, which takes a table, a length, and a stride, right? I haven't actually read the binary search code, so I don't know if it's doing anything special yet. Okay. Okay, and then let me see. Okay. I was going to search for this function. So for instance, here is space. So there's some optimization here to not have to do the binary search in some cases, right? So as you can see, we do if this is like within the like Latin range of stuff, if it's one of these guys, which are the only spaces which appear within Max Latin, I believe, return true. Otherwise, return false. Which is basically what I am doing for everything else. Otherwise, get a character and do a binary search within the space ranges, right? Basically. I don't understand this if statement. Let me see. So P would be like the index of the thing it belongs to. Okay, so it should be greater than 0. And space ranges P is less than or equal to C. Okay, so it's trying to see if it fits the range it returned. Oh, it's greater than or equal. Yeah, okay, no, I understand it completely. Right, it's seeing if it like belongs to the thing. Otherwise, return false. So this is basically, as far as I have read this source, it's how most of the tests here are done for, like, is it this kind of character, yeah? And so I asked Fioraman, like, is there a reason why you made it this way, right? Why you used binary searches? Because, the reason why I asked this is because my immediate instinct, quote unquote, as to like how am I going to write this was jump table sort of switch statement, yeah? And Fioraman seems to have had a different idea. So I thought maybe he also had the switch statement idea and later changed it because he noticed the binary search with ranges was superior in some way that I didn't quite get yet. Even if one of them is faster than the other, I didn't expect either to be like significantly slower than the other, but I have made no performance comparisons. Right, so I do not know. At this point, it's just presuming, and presuming things is not a way of talking about performance. So I'm not saying my thing is faster or whatever. It's just something interesting that maybe I should do in the future. Is like, okay, let me get a bunch of characters and test whether they belong to this or that. By using both methods and see if they have like shortcomings for specific cases. Maybe that would be an interesting study case. Specifically, this is interesting to me because I'm writing an editor, and it's going to be processing a lot of text. It's basically going to be its main task. So if and it is going to support Unicode. It's going to be underlying UTF-8 always. I think NeoVim does something similar where like you can give it whatever encoding, it's going to be using it as UTF-8 under the hood, and then convert it back again if you try to save it to a different thing. I'll do something like that. So if I could just make it as fast as I can, that would be good. Anyway, sorry for the gigantic digression. So I have these things, and so right here I'm doing this new line. But if it's a hashtag, instead of going through this thing in the jump table to see if it's true or false, which may not be extremely fast, I would do just a single comparison. I would just see, is the char a freaking hashtag? And if it is a hashtag, then let's just skip to next line. So I need to give it a string and a pointer to my index and continue, because like, okay, this line is over, right? So that should take care of like lines with only a comment. Okay, let me get rid of those two blocks of comments. So the thing I was writing here was this. So if I find a colon, first thing I need to do is save my current position, because hey, here is where the colon is. And then I create this thing. Maybe it would be better if I did this. I create this AND value. And the AND is basically like, okay, so the line is going to be, dude, my letter O is like buggy or whatever in my keyboard. It's not like detecting that it's being pressed. I need to fix that as soon as I can. So, my line is like setting name colon value. And so I need to know, like, okay, the name is from the start of the line up to the colon, right? That makes sense. But the value is from the colon up to some end, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is this thing? What is the end? So I go end I, right? Because that's where we're starting. Then it's just a common like character byte loop. Then I get the character and the size of it at wherever the end currently is. And if it is a new line, I have found the end, right? Because it ends at a new line, right? So if I have like setting colon my thing, very cool, and a new line here, it ends here, right? And then the next setting comes by. Setting is with 2 T's. So that's what I'm doing. And then what I do is I make it so I equals and that's important because that makes it so the main like iterator thing, which is at the top right here, actually continues iterating from the start of the next line. And then I skip a new line, right? So I mean, this is going to put it on top of the new line. Then I skip a new line, and this may be confusing. Like, okay, why don't you just do this? That's because of a single thing, which is, where is it? Oh, it's right here. So it's because of CRLF, okay? Because Windows exists and CRLF exists, I need to see, okay, is it a CR? Is the next char an LF? If so, let's skip 2 characters instead of 1, which is quite stupid, I do admit, but it's something you gotta handle. Otherwise, if it's a hashtag, right, skip to next line. And so what skip to next line does is also pretty basic. It's down here. It just iterates over the characters, and it gets the character and advances by it. And that's wrong. There we go. It's fixed now, I guess. So it gets the character, and if it's a new line, it skips the new line and stops. Otherwise, it just keeps going. No secret here, right? It's just going to try and find the end of the line and then skip that too. So the offset points to the start of the next one. And then he breaks this inner for loop. And otherwise, we just increase end by char size to just keep it going, right? Because end is supposed to be exclusive, okay? Just making sure you guys know that. But I did something stupid. I didn't capture the start of the line, so... so I don't know where to begin, actually, right? So maybe that's what I should do. By just going... So here's where the line starts. And I'll do that after skipping a space. After skipping the white space only things and the... Okay, let me just update this comment. This line is either white space only. I don't know why it's... I mean, I know why it's called white space because I searched about that yesterday. Like, don't know why. Let me just thank Fag on the chat. Thank you. My spaces are... Like when I press space, it's spacing twice. That's weird. The line is either white space only or comment only. Skip it. Okay. Done. And then I need to get line start. And maybe this name is quite bad. Maybe I should do something to indicate that it's an index of some form. That's solved. And so I'll say line start index is I. Pretty cool, pretty simple. So this thing right here is done. And then I wrote to myself, oh, by the way, I have something now. I can just like go and, oh, I want to see the to-dos in this project, right? Why is it not working? Why is it fucking stupid? Oh, I remember why. Because I removed the default. So, okay, guys, I'm sorry for the intermission. I'm going to quickly update something. So this thing right here, if it's nil, then do not return. Just do input equals to do. Okay. Where was I? Parse page. Okay. Does it work now? Dude. Oh, no. Oh, okay, wait. I did something stupid. No, if the person cancels, it's nil. It's this case in which the person has pressed enter and said nothing. Okay, format the thing, and then if it's still nothing, so you can handle trimming, just do formatted equals to do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is okay. I get it. Parse page. Okay, now I can now say that it works. Anyway, back at it. So, capture the content. The name is from the start of the line up to the colon. The value is from after the colon up to the end exclusive. I don't know why I even wrote this. I think I was too cooked. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna leave a comment for myself because I don't think I'm going to remember this for whatever reason. Right? I can only imagine something like this being the reason. So let's do it. Because we gotta know if the content. Oh yeah, something I have not decided on is why did I open this again? Something I have not decided on is, am I going to allow this where you have a name and you don't have any content? Like, I don't think that's a good idea. I think even when I want to express the idea that, hey, there's nothing here, you know what I mean? I should make this explicit in some ways. Say like, okay, you can say none, right? Or null, or whatever you want to do. So I'm not going to allow that. So I should do that and check if either of them is empty, right? Because we also don't want this, right? That is also bad. So basically we're going to capture the sides, we're going to trim them, we're going to check if they're empty, and if they are, that's a problem. And we're going to report it by using panicaf, which is going to be substituted by an explode function later on. So that's what I would do. Okay. Okay. Let's start. So setting name. Why did I activate? Okay, setting name is going to be page source from line start index up to colon index. Holy shit. Up to colon index. Okay. And I'm just going to let it be there. And then the value is going to be colon index plus 1. Is that even going to work if it's like, what if a line is this? Like the file ends here. Because that's totally possible, by the way. Because like it's okay if I end past the thing. I don't recall if Odin allows me. Okay, let me just write a quick test and test it. I'll say off that Odin and package off and main and proc, and I'll say x is xyz, which has length 3, and I'll try to do y is x 4 colon, because it's 0 1 0 1 2. It would be this basically, right? One pass, like it's trying to start here when it shouldn't be able to, I guess. And I'm going to just start a terminal right here, and I'm going to Odin run off that Odin minus file. So that should run it and tell me if it breaks or if it can be executed. Apparently, guys, it can be executed. Okay, so that is basically like nil. I do think, though, if I do 4, it breaks. There we go. Okay, okay. My understanding of Odin is not yet so terrible. I can remove off that Odin. Okay. Right. So this should work. There should be no problem here. So we get from colon index +1 all the way to end. By the way, shouldn't I call it end index because, you know, just making it consistent, guys. Just making it consistent. Change occurrences of end to end index. Yeah. Okay. Holy shit. Also, I don't know if people prefer to hear the keyboard sounds or to just have me program and talk and whatever. I mean, if I asked most people, they would probably tell me, "Hey, shut the fuck up." That sounds better, right? All right. So that's it. So what we gotta do for each of them, and should I capture them? I don't know what I should do here. If I should like, just in terms of order. Why do I talk so weirdly from time to time? I think not practicing enough of my speech just got me blabbering like, yeah. Anyway, so what I could do is like, okay, I got the setting name, and then I could like trim it and see if it's empty and immediately error, or I could capture both and then trim. Yeah, I would just do what I said first, and if it's wrong, I'll change it later. Okay, let's not be stagnated by the illusion of choice. So let's go here, setting name, page source, and I will trim it. I keep activating the damn thing. I don't recall how strings.trim works. I'm so sorry. Strings, trim. I should have OG trim this. And then he kind of explodes because it's asynchronous and is trying to find it, I think. I don't know how this thing works, I'll be honest. Oh, okay, it found it. Damn, that took a long time. I don't like that. Is it maybe sorry. Is it maybe looking at like .git? I mean, no, it wouldn't. Maybe I don't know what it's doing. I don't fucking know what it's doing. But cut set. The set of characters to be trimmed from both sides. Okay, I think this has a thing called spaces somewhere. That just tells me like, oh, here are the spaces. Okay, we have reader. ASCII set? I don't even know what this is. I have no idea. No, please stop. Please stop. I don't want any of this. Keep pressing the wrong buttons, guys. I also don't want this. What did I want to do? Oh, file? Yeah. Strings. Conversion. Builder. Yeah, I'll use builder soon. But that's not it yet. Intern. How do I just trim spaces like all the white space thing? Do I gotta go to like Unicode? UTF-8? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, we don't have any trims. Um, like, okay, I can just write the characters, of course. Like, nothing is stopping me from doing that at all. But if we just have spaces, cut sat, I don't know. Oh wait, don't we have a function trim? Oh, that, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so this calls trim right space, and it's trim right proc. Oh wait, what is space? What do you mean? Oh, this takes a procedure rather than, okay. Okay. I mean, it works for me, trim space. So strings.trim space does taken any other argument. It does not look like it, and I don't think it should allocate. Actually, I think I could just do this. So trim space of it, and if setting name is empty, panic af failed to empty setting name. And of course, those error messages are quite bad currently, right? Because what I should be doing is going like, hey, here's where it happened, or something like this. Okay, but if we reach this thing, we've got everything we need to add. Okay, let me delete this comment. What is the name of the thing? Is like state.settings. No, it's page data. Yeah, it's page data.settings. Okay. So in here we do data.settings. Setting value equals setting. That's not how it works, buddy. That is not how it works. There we go. That's how it works, buddy. And if the setting, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, like maybe it's desirable to like tell the person, hey, you're duplicating the thing, because I think it does avoid mistakes. Does that make sense? Right, it sounds like a user mistake to go here and do like setting my setting first value and my setting second value, which currently is totally legal, and the last one that appears is going to be the one that happens that to be like the set value. But the thing is that like you probably have like a bunch of things in the middle that look like this. Sorry. And so I don't know, at some point you may like forget, like it's hard to see that this thing and this thing are the same thing in your setting. It's and even if you're using something that highlights like repeated things, it's going to be like you need to hover the mouse over this thing to tell you that it appears multiple places. So that can easily be the source of confusion, like if you open this file, and especially if for some reason, I don't think that should be a thing at all, but I'll just say it. If for some reason you have so many settings that you cannot see the end of the thing, it seems like it only occurs here. And then maybe you come here and you're like, oh, I want to change this thing to something else. And so you change it here to something else, and nothing happens. Because it's actually going to get overridden by the one at the bottom, right? So that sounds like a mistake. Yeah, instead of having a note, I actually do it. If setting name in... Oh, sorry. If setting name in data.settings, panic af, setting this already exists, and I'll just say setting name, and they will be case sensitive and stuff because yes. Plus, I'm going to do this as soon as I can, like here. Right. So now this is going to raise an error, and you're going to be, oh, I have two things. Let me fix this by maybe removing the top one or the bottom one. And now, if you want to change this, you know, you cannot go wrong, except if you do like minor mistakes, like you have a thing at the top and a thing at the bottom called setting with one T, and you like mistake one for the other. But then, like, there are some mistakes I should not try to fix. Okay, finally, all of those things should be able to parse the settings. So everything I just wrote is for parsing settings. Oh shit! I'm gonna want to write tests for this later, and it's going to be so annoying to do if I have to call parse page and just have a page syntax, but only the settings. That sounds bad. Okay, guys, I'm going to do the Uncle Bob clean code thing, guys. Oh no. I'm going to have a parse settings. Yep. Does this need states? I don't recall if I use states anywhere at all. GD. My bad. Next. So I don't use state for anything yet. Okay, if I don't use it, I'm not going to take it. So I need data. No. The only thing I need is the source. And some pointer to the index. And a settings map, which is string to string map. So like, also the parse page shouldn't need to read the page. It should be done before things get passed to it, I'm thinking. So, wait. Let me go to where it's used, which is right here. So what if, instead of doing this, I did this. And we're like, okay, page source, and then try to open the file. Okay, I think I can switch file info for info here, right? I do think so. So that should open the file, error if it doesn't exist and shit, and try to read it and then close it, and then you should have a string, which is the source. And then okay, question to myself, is the page source ever going to be needed more than once? I do not know yet. I don't know yet. I don't know. Currently, I'm leaking it, though. So what I should be doing is I get this thing. And Can I? I'll defer deleting it. Because if it fails to read and stuff, it's just going to panic F. Hey, the same thing is true for this, I think. Make the file buffer, try to read, and panic if it doesn't, and then do this, and it's okay. The file buffer doesn't need to be deleted or anything. Okay. And then I create page data, and I call parse page. So parse page shouldn't need to do any of this. It doesn't interact with state. It doesn't seem to. So it, what does state store again? There are config values, but this is going to come from the config. And there is page sources. Oh yeah, so I wanted to do like content cache mapping. If I ever wanted to like reuse the pages. Like if I want to add a thing in the future, which I probably do for like another template using some pages content, because like that could totally be the case, no? Okay. It's getting a bit complex, but I'll say. Oh yeah, it's basically going to be something similar to what I did on get template source. I'm going to okay. I'm going to do get page source. So this will take state. And the file information. So say info pointer. I think it's a pointer. Is it even a pointer? Is it just os2.file info, but no pointer? Should I just take path? What am I using? I don't think I should just take path. I'm taking advantage from the fact that I do stat here, right? Oh no, it's just because I'm iterating over the infos in the directory. That's true. Okay, I'll take the file info, right? And what this will do is it's going to use the full path. And so if info.fullpath in state.template page sources return, this then gives you a string in the positive case. And I'm going to return state.page sources info.fullpath. And why is this not full_path? I will never know. Otherwise, we need to edit. And to edit, we need to read it, of course. So this entire thing will basically occur now. Okay, this is not going to get deleted. We just do page source and read the file contents. Just go here. We try to open the file, defer closing the handle. We create a buffer of the info.size. We read into it. And we set it as a string. And then all we need to do is to do state.page sources info.fullpath equals page source and return page source. Right. So now page source will be get page source state info. Maybe this argument's name is quite bad. Like maybe it should be file info. I don't care for now. Okay, did I delete something wrong or was it Am I schizo? Okay, now I got the page source. And I finally can give it to parse page, which does not need to interact with state in any way. It does need to interact with data. And does it need file info? I do not think it needs file info, no. I think it needs data and source string. And so this we call without you and page source. Should I do them separately? I don't think so, because I need to have like the common. I could still do them separately. No, okay, I'll just do them the normal way. No, not the normal way, but the way I was already doing it. So you call parse page, and parse page is going to call parse settings. And maybe I should have all of these skip things that I define outside of those functions, because I think they're going to share usage of them at some level. Okay, so we call parse page, and this page data store has settings and values, but not like the actual rendered content. So to render it, I'm giving it state and page data and template. The template to use. But that's not enough, is it? Because it needs the source of the page. Like, it needs the HTML the page tries to spit out. And now the thing that came to my mind, I think, was, can the page interact with the template in any way? Right? Like when you're writing the page, can you do something about it? Like, can you say, oh, this is the template I'm using? My answer to that currently is going to be no, because that simplifies things, and I do not need that right now, that kind of functionality, right? So page never needs to access template content, but template needs to access page content, is what I'm going to say. And if that is the case, page is never going to depend on template. Okay, but so far, every page is only going to be built once, and if I need to change that later, I will. So, I think parse page should actually return a value for us. It should give us page HTML, no? I don't need to say str here. Thanks. This is used somewhere. It's not anymore. Okay. So parse page, which is this function, needs to return a string. So currently, oh, I did something stupid. Okay. What are you doing? No, that's not it. Why is it getting this thing? Stop doing it. Wait, where am I? That's crazy, man. Okay, I'll just copy this to here. So basically, parse settings is going to do that kind of thing. I'm not done with that function, by the way. And then parse page is going to call parse settings. What does it need? The source, I, and settings. Right. Right. Because I'm going to have something similar here. No, don't do this. Oh, wait, no. No. I should tell it where to start. So... Can I delete this? What should I have done? D-A-N-A? Yeah. I don't need I can just... I was already declaring it here again anyway. So... I don't need that. And this should return an integer. Which is like where it ends. And so I should come here. And pass... What is it that it needs? It's source and settings. So I should pass to it. Yeah, I'll also do this. I'll do source and data. Fuck it. Data dot for Gore settings, I think. Yeah. And then this will be my I. It's like where I will start, right? And now to do this and say write this. Okay. Okay, it's kind of getting into shape. And then one last thing I need to do here in the parse settings function before it goes checking for compile errors and fixing it. Which is... Sorry. What is it? Space OB. Where's my buffers mapping? Am I typing something wrong? Am I stupid? I mean, yeah, but... When did I get rid of buffers? What happened? I deleted it by mistake, I think. Anyway, So the thing is, I'm going to have setting value here like a bunch of times, and then I'm gonna have like a bunch of dashes here, right? So the rule I think I had put in was like, okay, it has to be 3 or more dashes. And the line shouldn't have anything else. Right? But I don't want someone to write like a bunch of dashes and something else here. I don't think so. So in order to fix this, well, not fix, but in order to make this happen, what I'm gonna have to do is when I find a hashtag, no, sorry, that's not it. So back to my thing about like, okay, skip space and then check if thing. Maybe I should do it here. Or maybe I should let this happen and then check it outside, which would actually be the same thing. Or I could say like the line has to be dashes only, and then you can just do this if you want, which is quite stupid and you shouldn't, but Like by enforcing a minimum amount of dashes, I'm kind of preventing you from writing something that's going to be less readable like this. Is what I'm doing, right? So, hey, I'm actually going to make this configurable because why not? And I'm going to say max. Sorry. I'm going to say min settings and dash count. Let's say 4 instead of 3, yeah? Like this. And then it's like, okay, if we find a dash after skipping the white space, try to find that many dashes. Like the maximum -1, because we already found one, right? If char is dash, there we go. For I'm going, should I shadow it? Should I just do J? Should I just say fuck it with all and go like this? Because am I even going to interact with I, the outside one? I am. But it's like I need to iterate a specific amount of times. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do underscore and 0 dot dot less than min settings and dash count -1. Oh, okay. I could not do the -1 and just... Nah, I'll do the -1. Or I could not, because I haven't yet added. So I would need to add outside and then inside. Yeah, I'm going to not do the -1 thing then. Okay. So we do char size, which, yes, we're shadowing the thing again. Okay. If the char is not a dash, holy shit, I didn't consider something. Should I be able to do like this? That sounds fucking stupid, am I right? You know what? Actually, I don't know. Should I allow this? That sounds kind of stupid, no? But it's also like, oh, okay, it makes sense if you let me do this. No? I don't know. Like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Like, okay, if the minimum is 4 and you do like 1, is that okay? Maybe that is okay. But maybe it's just better for everyone if I don't let you do this bullshit, right? Like, this is going to get harder to parse and shit like that. Like, for people who want to write highlighters and stuff. Including me. I'm going to be writing a highlighter later. So I'll just say you cannot start a line with a dash. If a line starts with a dash, you cannot do that. Okay? And maybe you can if you do like a backslash dash. Because maybe you want a setting to be called minus output something. So maybe you do minus output colon something, and then comes the value. Like, I don't know, that sounds like it should kind of be allowed. I don't know why the fuck you would do that. That sounds very, very bad. But like, if you want to do it, yeah, honestly, fine. Okay, but still, it's not going to fall into this case because then it would be a backslash, not a dash. So if you find a dash, which is iterate a number of times, and if the character is not a dash, panic, fmt, panic f, setting line starting with dashes must only have settings and marker. Probably a very bad communication on the error thing. Also, let me go back to my Obsidian and just write that somewhere, just so we know that that's the case now. So when we say pages and I say settings, first of all, that is now 4 or more dashes. Because of that, oh shit, not because of that, but I'll just say setting lines besides the end marker may not start with a dash. Character. It is known. It is now informed. So okay, if we manage to go through this thing without panicking, plus, okay, yeah. If we manage to go through this thing without panicking, it's because we found like 4 dashes. And it's okay to have white space. Or comment. So what I'm gonna do, okay, this code is going to be very stupid, most likely. I'll just do I plus equals min settings and dash count, because I know I just went through that amount of characters, right? So I want to start searching for the next thing after them. And then I'll have a for loop. Oh, also, this is wrong, yes? I'll have to look at for those things later. Yeah, it's all wrong. Okay. So now I'm going to do char. Dude, this is getting so fucking repetitive. And this goes to the end of the function, yes? Okay. I'll label this. I will call this settings loop. And I'll say if is new line char skip new line source I think I need to pass in a pointer and break settings loop, or better, return I. Like this is where the settings end and something else would start. If char is hashtag Skip to next line. Return I. Otherwise, if char is not a dash, panic invalid character in settings and marker must have dashes only. And then I plus equals char size. Okay, so I don't seem to have any need for this yet. But okay, if we reach the end, we just return I. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, I have to do. Yeah. Let's do this, and then we can return I. Okay, that kind of works. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to fix the billion compilation errors. Okay. I forgot. Do I have a check? That's not how you do it. Check. Holy shit. Okay, I'll do bottom top. Maybe. No. Maybe we should do top bottom. 214 on main. It says undeclared source. Yeah, it's supposed to be str. My bad. I changed this recently. Let's see if I did something similar to any of those. Yes, I did. Here we go. I think that solves about a number of them. Okay, it's 27. Unicode declare but not used. Fuck it. What else? 213. Can I compare expression? Mismatch types pointer to integer and integer. So I need to dereference this. And dereference this. Oh, that's annoying. That's very annoying. Oh, okay, that's very, very annoying. I will put up with this for now, but I don't know if that's the best idea. Okay, I'll have to do this, and I'll have to do this. Yeah, I'll have a bunch of errors because of those places where it wants to use it as like a value that it can change and stuff. So yes, I need to dereference because it cannot compare. And in these places, it's expecting to be able to do this thing. Well, it should be a lot less complaints. Okay, 243. Okay, now that is wrong. Cannot assign pointer. Oh no. Okay, so this is supposed to get a pointer. My bad. 253. Undeclared name page source. It's just source. It's just source. Okay, look. Source. Page src, dude. Okay, this is already somewhere else. $258. Char size declared but not used. My bad. 272. Char size. Sorry. Declaration of char shadows declaration line 258. Yeah. That's true. I have no idea how to disable an error for a single line. It also is going to complain that char size is not used here, right? So I don't need you. I can call you C, and if C, it's not this. Okay, that should help. 288, 82, sorry. Also shadowing, yeah? Yeah. C. And also char size is not used. It is, actually. Oh, there's something wrong. Sorry. 325. Oh, wait. What? I called it C. Oh, yes. It's using the other one. So that would be a bug. Okay. I mean, char size... Okay, I don't know if that's necessarily bad. Okay, 325. Everything is shadowing the fucking thing. Wait. 306, actually. Oh, okay. Oh, me sees, me sees. Okay. C. C size. C. C. C size. Okay, what else? 348. Data. Not defined. Yes, because we don't need to. Just do settings. Which is way better. And it also means don't need to do data here. Okay, 358. Settings, setting name. Can I assign the value of a map to the value of a map? I need a pointer to the map then, right? Like this, which means nothing. It means where the place where I use this, I need to do like pointer to data.settings. What else? 369. Funny number. It says pointer is used for pointer types. That is true. I did mean exactly what the suggestion is telling me. Thank you, suggestion. 374. Missing return at the end of this thing. 465. Page HTML declared but not used? What do you mean? That is weird, but I am actually in the wrong here, I think, because state, sorry, that's not what I wanted to look at. Page data has values, and if we go back to our Obsidian thingy, we will read where is oh yeah, I wanted to say page values. Okay, and then in pages, the page values are explained. So this is one page value. So one page value is called content, which is the HTML content of the page. So what I should do here is when I get the page HTML, I should, okay, let me check this. And then if it's okay, I take the page HTML and then do page data dot values content equals page HTML. It should be used now. Okay, 465 now. It says cannot assign value pointer of page data type string because I inverted this thing. Am I right? So that's how it should be. There we go. There we go. There we go. So, what I want to do is, even if it like panics and shit, I don't really care. I just want to printf line page settings. Okay, guys. And it fucking builds. Good. Now, local. Oh yeah, this is where I'm doing the thing. So I want to go into input directory, and that thing is going to fail quite hard. I'm going to dummy. I'm creating settings.psbb just for the sake of it. Okay, and I'm deleting dummy and this guy and this subfolder because I already tested the things that I wanted to test with them and the manifesto. And yes, I want to do all of this. Okay, so here we are, and I'm going to say first, and the value of it's going to be test. Second, blueberry. And then I'm going to have a line with 79 dashes. What is the command I had to like run the thing? It's Raven PSBB, I think. So it panicked. By saying that non-white space line in page settings has no definitions. Okay, one thing. Yeah. It only has this one PSBB file, I think. Yes, so it couldn't be parsing something else, which is a good thing, like we are here. Let's go to 309, which is where this explodes. So this happens when okay, it reached is new line. Oh, wait, after I capture the thing, shouldn't I stop? Oh, wait, I think I get it. So here I find the end index. Oh no, but I do update the I to like skip over it. So it shouldn't. How did it reach this thing? I'll run again just because I hadn't saved something. Okay, it really does occur. Okay, guys, sorry, I made a quick pause to drink water because it's important. Okay, I am going to do something dumb, which I do sometimes. So usually it would be proper to go into a debugger now. I do have Remedy BG and I could use that. But I'm going to first try to like do it by hand. Like, okay, what do I think is causing the problem here? You know what I mean? Also, I'm going to move this to its own tab so it can not be annoying me. Okay? And I'm going to do the same with you. So look. What is going on? Because when it finds the dashes, it should stop. It should really stop. Did I even make it stop? Like, yes, it should either find this thing, a hashtag, or a new line, and upon finding it, it should return. Oh, but also, even if it breaks without finding either of those, like if at the end of the file the person does not have a new line, for whatever reason, return I, right? I don't think that's going to fix the problem, right? Let's just be honest. But I don't know. Why not try? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. So, after validating this, gets the line start, and it's, you know, looping the thing and somehow falling into is no line. So let's see what would happen. What would you do in this situation? So like we'll skip space and we get a char, and it's not going to be a hashtag, it's not going to be a new line, it's not going to be a dash for the first ones. So it's just going to get here, it's going to say the line start index as like 0 for the first, for the first thing right here. And then it's gonna say, is this character new line? And no, it is not a new line. Okay, one more person who's going to get banned on my chat. Suspicious accounts, ban evasion. Write the sad thing. / ban this guy spam. Please go away from my chat. I'd rather have 0 viewers than spamming bots. So, okay, it is not a new line, right? So I'm thinking like this first thing right here, right? The F letter is not a new line. Then he goes, okay, so what is it? Is it a backslash? No, it isn't. Is it a hashtag? No, it isn't. Is it a colon? No, it isn't. All right. So let me just add this thing, right? And it's going to continue doing this until it finds the colon. Yeah. And then if it finds the colon, what it's going to do, it's going to go, oh, it's a fucking colon. I see. What should I do next? Save the index at colon 80x. The end index is going to become I. Now let's iterate over the source starting here. And what we'll do is we'll get the character that's currently here and see, is it a new line? And so oh, that's wrong. Should do this, actually. I don't think that solves it either. But it's like starting at the colon. So like, no, we already know that's the colon. Start later. And then it's going to be like, okay, and then it's going to be in this white space thing, okay? So it's going to be, okay, is it a new line? No. Is it a hashtag? No. Okay, so just keep going until one of those is true. It's just going to keep doing that. And so it's going to finally be like here and find this new line here. I'm going to write explicitly, okay? And now it's a new line. So we have found our definition. Set I to end index. So, you know, it continues going from after the new line, I think. No, sorry. Set I to this and then call skip new line to advance past the new line. So like the I would now be on the letter S right here, right? And then break, which is going to break from the immediate most immediate 4, so it breaks this for loop. And end index is now here on this new line, which is exactly what I want. And then it gets those things, and there was no error here apparently. And percent. Oh. And then it adds the char size of the colon that it found. It shouldn't do that. It should not do that, guys. No. You are already positioned where you should be. Oh, so the way I should do this is instead of that, I should just say K's. Then this. Right? Like if it's not any of the others. Okay, did any of the small changes I made fix anything? I wouldn't expect it to. Like, but we can try. Let me build it first. See if it does build. It does, and then try to run it. Okay, it still falls onto that. Like, oh, it doesn't have any definitions. Like, for it to fall into that. It would have to find a new line character before, like, the colon thing happens. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something. Guys, it is maybe time to debug. Oh yeah. Let's build a debuggable version of our thing. Let's open Remedy BG. And it just came to my mind that you guys cannot see what's going on Remedy BG because I have not set up any window for it yet, which is totally my mistake. So let me see if I am a competent streamer, or at least I'm competent at using OBS, and I'll be adding window-remedy BG, or maybe window debugger, debugger. I don't know what I should call it. I'll call it debugger. So I have window debugger here. Let me move it to where it should be first. It should be right above the text editor. Okay, it should be blocked and hidden by default. And it should be trying to capture Remedy BG with automatic method. Okay, and here it is, guys. Okay, let me give it a beautiful Doom transition. Because yes, I already showed this last stream, or the stream before that. It's nothing new. Sorry, I forgot. So I'll fade into it. And I will hide it with Doom transition. And it's boom. And it's... Right? Isn't that cool? Okay. Can you guys pretend I'm not cringe? That would be awesome. Right, so let me hide it. And so what I need to do now is do something. Oh, okay, I am so afraid of doing that actually. Because I noticed that if I change the... I add like rules and things while they are running, it like explodes OBS. So if my stream ends suddenly, for some reason, that's what happens. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to disable all of the macros I'm currently running so they don't do anything bad. Okay. I'm going to add a macro called focus debugger. Okay, it didn't explode anything. I'm going to add it to within set window focus. And what I'm going to do is, if process remedy BG is running and is focused, variable set to value focused process to debugger. Okay. And I'm going to add a new macro called visibility debugger. And I'm going to move it to the set window visibility thing. And then basically the rule is going to be if variable focused process is debugger, then scene item visibility on programming scene show window debugger. Otherwise, scene item visibility on scene program hide debugger. And now I enable the other stuff. And if I switch, let me see if everything is working. So browser. Okay, seems to work. Back to, let's say, editor. And then to Obsidian. And then finally to Remedy BG. That seems to be working. Marvelous. Okay. I'm not such an incompetent streamer. Okay, so here I'll need to actually add path to file and whatever. Okay. I'll grab the command. I don't know if you guys can see my screen right now, like the thing I'm choosing here. You guys cannot. Well, maybe for the best. I'm going into the PSBB thing and build and choosing the PSBB DB thing. Okay. Although the working directory I want to use that on is not built. It's actually one level above that. And the command arguments I want to use are the command arguments I run on... Oh, sorry. I run on Raven file. So if I go to something like PSBB, those are the things I want. Maybe we could just write it by hand, it would be better. So input is local input dir, and output is local output dir, and template is local templates, and config is local config, and display name is local. And I'm going to save this as psbb.rdbg so I can get it later if I need to. And I'm going to open a source file, which is main. Okay, so we should have everything we need to try it. So specifically, I will breakpoint at the entry point of parse page. Let's hit play here. Immediate. Well, that's interesting, guys. Oh, okay, it panicked because the output directory already exists, guys. Shit, I have to remove it every time? That is going to be annoying. I need to do something about that later. But okay, if it requires us to do something like that, let's just remove recursive local output dir. We're gonna have to do this a lot. Let's try again. Okay, so we are in parse page. And it's going to parse settings. And it starts at I0 and it starts this loop and it skips white space. Awesome. And I should still be 0. Yeah, there we go. Also, we can see what the source string is by doing... Guys, I am not extremely proficient at RemedyBG. I try, okay? So please bear with me. I will do str dot data colon string str dot length. That is not how you do it, because it's not called str but src. Oh, that explains things. Yes, there we go. And now I can look at this. I can even right click it and send to memory window. No, I can add a view to it. No, add watch. That's not what I wanted to do. How to I don't know. I think you can like do something like this. I don't know. Anyway, so here's the text. Okay, so we know it's like looking at the right text, which is really important actually, because otherwise all of our efforts into debugging this thing would be absolutely useless, right? Okay, so why is char? Oh yeah, because it just highlights by keywords and stuff. Okay, so char is going to be obtained, and char is 102. That seems like one of the ASCII capital letter values. Anyway, if it's hashtag, okay, it isn't. If it's new line, it isn't. Oh, okay, that's good, because I thought maybe it was like, for some reason, validating this incorrectly. If it's a dash, and no, it isn't. Okay, so get this, and let's look at it. So get a character. Is it new line? It is not. Very important. Switch it. And yeah, it is neither of the special things. It's not a backslash. It's not a hashtag. It's not a colon. So just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Right, and I is currently 3. So here's what I'll do. I'll do source.data I unsigned char. Can I look at it as a character? Is a thing with length 1. I don't know what I can do. I want to look at it as a character. I don't know how to view a character. Is there even a way? Let me open the README and search for char. Yeah, and then it comes a change log. So, okay, doesn't seem to be. Plus, I think I should do the string because we're doing dealing. Oh, it's not the string because they're not like UTF-16 or whatever. Okay. All right. Well. What do I need to do? Do I need to get a pointer to this for it to be considered a string? And then I can do this. Oh, okay. Well, that makes some sense. This thing is too big. I wish I could make it like smaller. I want to see like I need this block right here. Okay, I'm gonna just expand because I want to see it. Okay, is it a new line? It isn't. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Now we're looking at T. Is it any? No. Finally, we got to a colon. So, oh well. Finally, it's a colon, guys. Okay, the colon is on 5 because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. The end is going to be 6, so it's going to start at this little space here. So get the char. Is it new line? No, it isn't. Is it a hashtag? No, it isn't. So add the size, which should be 1. Should be at 7 now. And we are at 7. So this should end at where? So this is 5. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It should end at 11. So let me just go through it a few times. I am at 9, so I need to do 10. And I need to do one more. So we're now at character 11. And we're going to get a character that's there. And C is 13, as you can see, right? Now I'm just going to do the stupid thing. I'm going to do ASCII. Can you just give me table? Oh shit. I let something fall. It's fine. Can you give me a table? Okay, here's a table. And if we look at character decimal 13, it is a CR, right? Carriage return, which is a new line character. And as expected, okay, it enters the is new line clause. Pretty good. It then sets I to end index, so it's like setting it to end where this new line is, which is exactly what I expected it to do. And now it should do skip new line. So first of all, it sets I to 11. And so because we're dealing with Windows saved files and encoded files, I expect it to jump to 13, right? Because the CR is at 11, the LF, the line feed, is going to be at 12, and so the next start should be at 13. So it's going to do skip new line, and now this is at 13. Okay, everything has happened as I expected so far. And then it breaks, and then it goes setting name, and then okay, and setting value, and everything is fine, and the setting name, okay, is going to be first. It's a bit hard to read, but I know what it's saying. And the setting value is test, so it's like exactly what I want. They are all correct, and so it sets the thing. There we go. We ended this iteration. Okay, where are we right now? We are on 13, line 13. That is bad. Because it should go back to here. But I gave it no instruction to do such a thing. And because it thinks it's still going through the same line, it's going to find a new line. No? What? What is it finding? Oh, it thinks the S is the continuation of the line. Right. Oh, I forgot to validate a thing about colon as well. Yeah, so at some point, it's just going to go through this line, which has no definition, and then it's going to fail. Oh, that's so bad. That sucks. That sucks. Right. So I need to do a number of things. I don't need to do actually. I just thought about it. Okay, but I have an idea about what is going wrong. Let's try to fix that, okay? Okay, let me go back a page. So what I'll do now is once I finish doing this, I need to break and continue looping from this guy. So I'll just continue line loop, and the control flow should be correct now. So I will Raven developer thing build, and I will PSPB. And it's stuck in an infinite loop, and I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to stop it at the remedy debugger. And I'm going to call RavenDB. And I'm going to remove output directory. And I'm going to need to do this thing again and see what happens. And so precisely, I want to be here. Do we have any other breakpoints? No. That's very good. So let me hit play. And okay, we should stop at the moment where we have collected the name and the value, and I can even show you guys what those are. Hopefully, let me just do setting name string setting name dot data string setting name dot length size. What is it? Dot length, I think. Setting value dot data string setting value dot length. So as you can see, it's first in test, which is what we would expect. And so it sets it in the settings map, and right now what it should do is continue loop. Very nice. And I should be at 13, which is the S letter, which belongs to the second line, and that is pretty great. Okay, we skip white space, which should do nothing for us, so it should still be a 13. Okay, good. We get the character. It's not a hashtag, it's not a new line, it's not a dash. Line start index equals 1. I'm going to make a big guess here, guys. I bet this is going to work properly. And I'm going to hit play so it falls onto the breakpoint again. Okay. Okay. Guys, my guess may have been incorrect. Wait. Oh no, it was it? Oh no, I was looking at the wrong thing. My bad, guys. Okay, so it's working. It's working as I expected. It took second and blueberry, which are the correct values, and it assigns them, and continued the line loop. Okay, where are we? We are at character 32, which is a dash. Quite important. So skip white space, and it should do nothing. Get the character, not a hashtag, not a new line, but is a dash. Okay. Now, for this amount of characters. Oh, and I forgot to... Oh, no. That's... I actually forgot a thing here. It may be the case that we end... We reach the end of the buffer, the text thing, before we find that amount of dashes. So I am looping as if oh shit, I opened my own stream for some reason. What did I do? What did I hit to do that? I don't even know. In any case, in any case, imagine this is the last dash, like the buffer ends right here, right? It's like the last dash, then it's EOF, right? This thing is going to be like, okay, let's walk. Oh no, it's going to work because once it goes past the end, this is going to return an invalid rune, which is going to be different from dash. Yeah, but the error message is going to be wrong. But it's not going to break the things in the way I thought it would. Anyway, that is not the case here, so it's going to get the character, which we already know is a dash, so this is not going to run. Okay, so the thing that just happened is kind of a bug. Well, I don't know if a bug. I don't have the details, honestly, but it's just some terrible interaction between Odin and the Remedy BG. Let me message a friend of mine. But as you can see, it did not panic AF, and if I see the console, which you guys cannot see unfortunately, I'll need to find a way to set this up properly. It is also not, there is no error, right? No panic message in my console. So yeah, it did an error. So let's try again. Oh, of course. But of course, I'm not. Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not progressing through eyes. So I'm just stuck looking at the same character indefinitely. Yeah, that tends to not work, you know, guys. So, where I do the dash thing, which is right here, I need to do. So I need to get C size, and then I plus equals C size. So I don't need this. Let's try once again, guys. Raven developer or dev build, whatever you want to call it, npsbb. That looks like an infinite loop still. That still looks like an infinite loop. That is not cool. That is not cool. But this thing should kind of, advance by itself. No, I was wrong. No, despite us doing this or not, this shouldn't be an infinite loop. No, because it's iterating over something else. It's not iterating depending on I. So is this the problem? It shouldn't be because it either returns or progresses, no? I don't even know. I'll just Raven debug. Okay. Yeah. Remove that directory. Okay. Go to the thing here. Let's try again. And we fall into this thing and let's play it. And we fall into again. And then we go back and then okay. Yeah, it's a dash. Damn. Okay, get it. Is it not a thing? No. 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 So now we should break. Good. Now we should add the 4 dashes we just checked over. Boom. Now I is 36. So it's still looking at a dash. Okay, loop over the thing. Get the character. Is it a new line? No. Is it a hashtag? No. Is it different from a dash? No. So edit. Good. And it's going to be done a number of times, which I don't necessarily know. We are at 41 and I don't know what 41 is, so I'm just going to have a breakpoint here and a breakpoint here and a breakpoint here, and I'm gonna hit play and see which one is hit first. So apparently we hit the new line first, which is exactly what I expected, right? The way the file is saved by NeoVim, which is the editor I used to write this, is that this thing is there's a new line at the end, so it should be like there. Currently we are at character, can I look at it, guys? 111, and I expect that specific character to be a CR, right? So do we have C? Yes, it is 13, as we checked before. That's a carriage return. And so we're going to tell it to skip new line, which should put it at, so we are 111, 12. It should put it at 113, if I am not mistaken. So I is now at 113, and we return I, boom, to here. Oh. Yeah, guys, it happens to be the case that if you do this construct, it just loops indefinitely. Of course, only an advanced programmer could have known. I was so focused on that one function, I forgot about like the things that happen around it. Like the thing that calls it. Where is it again? Where is that? Is it parse page? Yeah. I'll just do this instead and comment this guy. Something's wrong. 375. I went to the wrong thing. That's not 375. Oh, right here. Oh, you. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, because the equal sign thing is like it like quote unquote already exists, right? Let's try it now. Okay. We managed to parse settings, guys. Right, we see first equals test and second equals blueberry, and we see a panic because there's no template, and that's correct. We did not specify a template. We should not see that thing if we go here and we say template banana, for instance. We should not see that problem happen again. There we go, and it does say template equals banana, and I should be able to do something like empty lines. Let's try it. So let's have an empty line right here, and it ran with no problem. I should have a comment here. This should not cause any problems! Exclamation mark. And we should try to run it. But yeah, it runs and doesn't add any weird entries to our map. I should be able to have a hashtag. And this is a comment right here, and white space only lines. And as you can see, it works. And I'm going to add some trailing white space here on purpose. And it works. And if I have something here, it should not be part of the settings because they ended, and that also works. So, pretty great. The next last thing I'll test is escaping. Oh, and I did something wrong, guys. I need to fix something. But I'm not going to be doing it this stream, okay? You guys are gonna have to forgive me for that. So I should be able to say name with colon thing colon content. Oh. So I should be able to do this. Okay, I'm going to close this actually and space OB and go to my terminal here because that's way more practical. Okay, and we see name with colon thing exclamation mark equals content. So it worked. Okay, it worked. Escaped comment hashtag thing colon content backslash hashtag content actual comment here. So we see escaped comment backslash hashtag thing equals, that's bad. That is bad. I do not know what happened here, but this should have been backslash hashtag etc. Why did it not do this? I know I didn't do this. It's because when it is looking forward with the end thing here, I'll do switch C. Case hashtag. And it's going to do this. Although that's going to give a different meaning for break. And I'll say find end loop. And then I'll have to break find end loop explicitly. Okay, when we are iterating forward, we can find a comment, but we can also find backslash. And the way we do this is plus equals 1. And dude, we basically do this, honestly. It's like, okay, next char size, get the character that is there, and like the size and edit. So let's try it now. Raven dev, run it. And now what we got is Escaped comment, we got the same thing. Sorry, I should have done this actually. Yeah, now it works. So escaped comment backslash hashtag thing is the name, and then equals backslash hashtag content. So the thing that I need to fix is that these backslashes should not be here. So when I capture these names, after I trim them, I need to basically go in like, where am I? Here. So instead of like trim thing, I should have like to do myself. Write procedure that trims and string builds a new one without backslashes by converting escaped without backslashes. Because right now I don't have escape, like I don't have escape chars in the traditional sense. Like you cannot do like backslash n to write a new line, okay? Use the procedure written in the previous to do here as well. Okay, but besides that, I think that's all we're gonna need to be doing right now, and it works as I expect mostly. Pretty happy with the results. So I will next stream, or maybe between this stream and the next one, I will do this thing of the procedure. And then next stream, I'll probably start parsing the page itself, right? Because I parsed the settings, which is okay, very easy actually. But then we have to parse the actual syntax, right? Like the first thing, as I said before to you guys, it will be comments, and I want to be able to parse paragraphs and template generators. And once I get all of those out of the way, I'll then start with what I call the shortcuts for the headings, for emphasis, strong, escape blocks, and that's actually it. Okay, that's what I will do in our next session. There will probably be a point in the future where I'll stop and like clean the things I've written, and like install a tracking allocator and do this sort of work to like just increase the quality of the thing and make sure that certain problems don't surface at all. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. If you watch this on the VOD on Twitch, or if you watch this on my archives, our live stream archives channel on YouTube, this will be posted to YouTube. Now we got the washed colors fixed, as I said at the beginning of the stream, so that's pretty great. I'll go through a very harsh week, probably for the next 2 weeks or so. Okay, so I was starting to build a momentum with my streams where I was like, hey, yeah, I'm making a ton of live streams now, way more than I was doing before, but I unfortunately am going to have to stop that cadence of streams for a while to focus on work. Okay, guys, we have some pretty harsh, some pretty difficult things to do in a very short time span. So I'll be focusing on that, and I have other appointments as well. In any case, thank you guys so much for passing by or saying hi or whatever, if you guys do that at some point. Right now my streams get absolutely no one watching them, which is fine. I'm absolutely fine. I'm not streaming in order to get views or whatever. And if I wasn't streaming, I would probably still be recording this. So like, I know at this point I'm just enjoying this as a recording. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I have any more things to say or to. Do I have anything else to notify you guys of? I don't think so. If you guys want to listen to the songs playing at the background of this stream, I will show you guys what song that is, and that's the thing. It's this video by Sad DI owner. I don't know how to pronounce that. And the name is the Minecraft soundtrack, but it's Midwest emo. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so if you guys want to go look, good, give it a listen. Feel free to do so. Now you guys know where to find it. Yeah, that's it. No more saying things. Stream is ending here. We got our settings parsing working, and that's marvelous. Goodbye, everyone.